Okay, I got a comic book video today. Got my Punisher shirt on today. I lounged around all day on Sunday. It was miserable out, rainy, cold, just awful. I went out to dinner with family last night. I tied my drink on last night, drank a lot last night. I usually don't. And just kind of kicked it in the house all day today. But Saturday, I did have to actually work, working for a living. And after work, I did stop by my local comic shop, Frankenstein Comics. And earlier in the week, I was up in Mount Holly, New Jersey, and stopped by a place called Ron's Comic World as well. Picked up a couple books there. And the difference in shops in the area, it's weird. Like, we have some shops that have dollar bins and $2 bins and a lot of books to sell quickly. Others are just strictly guide prices, and with maybe a small dollar bin or some discounts here or there. So to each their own. Each shop is a little bit different. Some do blowout sales once a month as well. So it makes me appreciate my local comic shop a lot more when their books are just really priced to sell. And I'll show you in the video. First, Ron's Comic World, I picked up about 3 or 4 books, 5 books I think I got. Some of them really good in the dollar bins, and a couple I paid $5 each, which I wasn't thrilled about, but there were books that I did want. So the first book that I grabbed was, because I liked the cover, it was in really good shape, and I don't have a lot of DC books out there, but I wanted to grab it. It was a Martian Manhunter Annual #1. Ghosts for Love of Country? Is that what it says? For Love and Country. So I got this book here. John Jones, Martian Manhunter. When I was a kid, I had the Superpowers figure, and he was like my favorite figure out of them all. So, and that is pretty much a direct replication of the figure that was out in the 80s. So I went ahead and grabbed that cover. Got some Marvel Milestone editions, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably the closest I'm going to get to a giant size X-Men #1. And what's great about these books is that they are complete reprints down to the ads. And it's funny, in the book, it makes a note that these ads are like no longer in service, or these companies are no longer in service. So it was pretty cool. So I got this one here, and it's in really good shape, and I don't think anybody has ever read them. They were just in the bag and board, and that was it. X-Men #1. And I read this one, and I had never read X-Men #1 before, and I wasn't aware that Scott Summers went by Slim Summers early on in his Marvel career there. So there you go. Grabbed 2 books that one series that I'm trying to build up, and one series of covers I'm trying to build up. So the first one is Star Wars #77. Paid $5 for it. A lot of these books in really good shape are going for like $10 or more. This was a $5 one. It actually was in pretty sharp shape, so I went ahead and grabbed this one. And the Marvel 25th anniversary covers, they had a New Mutants. This one was also $5. The book value says $4. Kind of overpaid. All his New Mutant books were priced more than what the guide was. Like, he wanted like $25 for a New Mutants one. I just wasn't going to spend that kind of money for it. But I went ahead and grabbed this one here. So adds to my covers. And I went to our my stop, my Frankenstein Comics, and as my son is shooting me with a Nerf gun, so that's what he said he was going to do, shoot me with a Nerf gun while I'm doing this video.
Daddy,
yes, buddy?
at the end, could you tell them about, like, Nerf gun, like...
The Nerf gun war that we had?
Yeah.
I will tell them about the Nerf gun war. Alright, so getting back to the video, I grabbed some $1 and $2 bins over at Frankenstein Comics, and if you happen to watch Comic Trips on YouTube, I believe the guy that is in it may have been in a group at one time. But Comic Trips, I think a lot of you guys know, they were actually filming at the store. They did a little interview on me. So if you guys wanted to watch me, I believe it's in the next episode. I think Season 7, Episode 2. So when that comes out, take a look at me. I'm a star now. Let me show you what I got in the bins there. This was $2. God Loves, Man Kills. I don't believe this is the first edition of it. My understanding, it's a really, really good story. I went and grabbed it and I picked it up. It's definitely been read a few times, but $2, grab it, read it, enjoy it, have a good time. I got some really low number Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Mans. In good shape, pretty good shape. We got number 4. We got number 9 with the white tiger on the cover. We got number 10. We got number 11 with Medusa on the cover. Not too bad. $2 a piece. Then, some more reasonable prices for my Star Wars runs that I'm getting. Number 83. My man Lando on the cover. Gotta love me some Lando. Number 85. And we got Luke on the cover here on number 87. You want to see the Star Wars, bud? All right, check out the Star Wars. My guy over here off to the camera, my Joseph, he's looking at Star Wars. So sticking to movie themes, this one was pretty neat. It's a Blade Runner movie adaptation, and it is the official adaptation of the new science fiction thriller starring Harrison Ford. I've never seen anything like this. It doesn't have the Marvel labels or anything like that on there, so I'm going to have to check it out and maybe check it out on Comic Book Realm. Thought it was a neat pull, so I went ahead and grabbed it. We got first all-new collector's item issue. Spider-Man number 1. I forget what version this is. This isn't the black cover, but it is the number 1. McFarlane. I belong to the club now. $2. I have this book already, X Factor number 1, but mine has been read through a few times. This one is a lot better shape. Baptism of Fire. Love the cover. I remember picking it up off the newsstand when I was a kid. And to go with that theme, we got Phoenix, The Untold Story as well. And I grabbed a couple of these books here out of the dollar bin. I have issues 4, 5, and 6. So now I have number 1 and number 3 now, and I'm just missing number 2. So I'm on the hunt with that one there. So the Superpowers run there. Remember the figures. The figures were awesome. And some low number. You want to grab that? Take a look at that? Go ahead, take a look at that one. Just do easy, okay? Some low numbers. Web of Spider-Man, number 4. Web of Spider-Man, number 5. And I thought this cover was pretty cool, too, number 12. So, add to my run there. Can never go on a dig and not find a Moon Knight cover. And here's another one for Mark Spector, Moon Knight with the Punisher. And go ahead, you want to look at another book?
No.
All right, we'll go check these books out. All right, check that out, boss. He's camera shy. He ain't going to be on the camera. So, the last book that I grabbed out of the dollar bin, this is my first Conan book. Look who he pops in there. He's got to get in there. Conan the King. 25th anniversary cover, so I'm going to finish it up with that. So that was my pull. All in, all these books, it was about 35 bucks for $40 all in. That's not bad. Did pretty good. And I got to be on comic trips. How about that? So post your comments below. Let me know what you think of the polls.
Don't forget the Nerf gun.
The Nerf gun. He wants to say that he shoots his dad with the Nerf gun just like that. So tell me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Go out to your brick and mortar stores. Buy some books. Keep your hobby alive. Thanks, guys.